Well. Good morning, Woodies. It's me, your host, Allie Burns. Welcome to a little show called Morning Wood. Daniel Henderson, Breaking Vegas. You get the prize because you rung in first. Julie Carly, great to see you again. What's up, everybody? Like I said, my name's Allie Burns. This is a little show called Morning Wood. We did it for years back in the Picks and Parlays heyday, and we are bringing it back for you now. It's a different show, guys. All right, it's a little bit different of a show. It's not just about giving you my best bets on basketball. All right. By the way, that's where the Morning Wood title comes in. This is what gets us up in the morning. The Morning Woodies love some basketball. So really what this is about is getting our community of people together. You guys give me what your plays are, what you're liking in the games. We put them up on a whiteboard and we come to a consensus. This show's more about breaking down games than it is about just giving you guys free picks. All right. So hopefully we'll be going Monday to Friday. Things are pending. We'll see how we do here. While you're joining us, please don't forget to hit the like button. Definitely jam on that thumbs up. Subscribe to the Picks and Parlays YouTube channel and ring that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our fantastic content. There it is. Okay, so what we're going to cover today, before I get anything on the whiteboard, I wasn't really sure who was coming in today, how it was going to work out. So I've already got 2 videos out for the games, right? With Sniper West, we did the Rockets and the Thunder, and we did the Warriors and the Lakers. It's opening day for the NBA. Could not be happier to have some basketball on my card. Okay, so first let's take a look. Breaking Vegas, Julie Carly, who are you guys liking in this one, huh? Who are you guys liking here? So let me pull up my odds. I'm going to oddslogic.com for any of you out there who want to know where I get my odds from, because that's what y'all always used to wonder. Dun, 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 dun. Last night, the line was Thunder minus 7.5. I thought I saw it creep up to 8 at one point. Right now, it's a 6.5. So it actually started going the other way, and there's a minus 7 here also. So here's the thing, right? We're handicapping basketball. A lot of this is situational, right? Beginning of the season, and especially when we get into college basketball. Beginning of the season, middle of the season, end of the season, 3 totally different games, even though you're betting on the same team. So right now, the only real, sample size that we have, for instance, is the preseason. And one thing I like to look at during the preseason is who has got some motivation, right? Who is rolling right now? Who's got momentum? That's actually the word I was looking for. And that would be the Rockets. The Rockets are 4-0 in the preseason. So they're whining and dining. And you got to remember, Rockets and Thunder, number 1 and number 2 last year in the West. So these 2 teams, these are both good teams, and they're fighting against each other. They don't like each other, right? They're trying to get to the top. Ooh, I got more comments. Lex Steele, my man. How you doing, my love? So I am looking towards the Rockets in this one. I'm going to be quite honest with you. Plus 7.5 points. That line's already going down. That's called reverse line movement. When there's a number and then that number, like a dog becomes a littler dog, right? So a plus 7.5 becoming a plus 6.5. That line is going the opposite way you would expect it to. And it's telling you that the money's coming in on the dog. So that's where I'm looking here. Also, let's talk. Am I allowed to hit on these things? Can I bring you guys up? No, I can't. All right. Eventually, I'm going to have control over my stuff. Then I'll be able to bring you guys in. Okay. So, like I said, Rockets are 4-0 in the preseason, right? The biggest news coming out of the Rockets organization, Kevin Durant. How is Kevin Durant going to affect this Rockets team? We mentioned in the video yesterday, and of course, I already knew this, but Kevin Durant went to University of Texas, so he's a little bit at home already. He went to Austin. This is in Houston. Guys, remember, I'm from Houston, so my eyes are on this game right now. They picked him up back in June. There was a big trade for Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green, and they got 6 draft picks. That also tells me that Houston is looking forward to the future, right? 6 draft picks, and Kevin Durant is not a bad gig. So now they've got this solid mix. They've got veteran players, they've got younger guys, and they're hungry, right? Was Durant that guy that they were missing to kind of bring the whole thing home for them? Now, I lived in Houston during their three-peat days. Okay, it's an exciting place to be when your team is rocking and rolling. And I think that Houston fans are going to be so behind Kevin Durant. I'm really, really excited about this. Now, they have been dealing with some injuries in the offseason. Dorian Finney-Smith, Jae'Sean Tate, both of them did not participate in the preseason game. So that's kind of a big deal. Finney-Smith is expected to miss a few weeks, though. So just keep that in mind. He had surgery on his left ankle. And then I think the other one had surgery on his right ankle. I mean, like, if you put them together, you've got two good ankles, right? Like, sort it out. Other notables for opening day: Amen Thompson. He's a shooting guard and a small forward. He's one of those guys that bypassed his senior year of high school. He went and played with OT Elite, Overtime Elite, and then he got drafted. Where is it in my notes? 2023 by the Houston Rockets, got picked 4th overall. So we're going to have our eyes on Amen this season. And then in 2025, they also added Jabari Smith Jr. He's a power forward out of Auburn. They signed a 5-year contract with him worth $122 million. So these guys, plus Kevin Durant, plus Steven Adams, and I can never say this guy's name right, Alpern Şengün. It sounds delicious, but I'm not sure if I say it right. So that's kind of our Rockets squad that we are starting off with, right? You're like in the over. Lex is like in the over in this one. So the total is, I think Sniper West picked the over also. And his reasoning for it was that if he likes the dog, he likes it to go over. This is kind of just like an angle for, anytime you're betting on sports. If you like the dog, you kind of like it to go over. If you like the favorite, you like it to stay under, right? So where's the psychology behind that? The dog is going to be playing, and making that favorite play back at them. Whereas when the favorite kind of takes the lead, the game can end up spreading out. Everything slows down. And so those two are kind of correlated. Sorry, guys. I'm kind of nervous. I'm sorry if I'm all over the place, but I'm like kind of nervous because this is my first morning wood in a while. So, hi, Tony. Well, thank you. Rockets fan don't like when the Rockets pick up free agent vets. That's their trend. It kind of is their trend. And I get where you're going with that. And look, I really like KD. I still have his Supersonics jersey, as a matter of fact. I don't know. He's got to be surrounded with the right guys, right? Like you can't, Drake's right. We should do what he says. Good morning, Woodies. So yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. Who's surrounding him is more my question mark there. And I think he's got enough young talent around him where he can kind of show up and do his job and maybe not be expected to carry the entire team on his back. I think that's a big difference. Sometimes we get those vets and then they're your only guy, but like they're old and they don't run as much and defense is optional. So, they don't end up being the superstar that we want because we didn't surround them with the right freaking people, did we? Okay, so moving on, let's take a look at the Thunder. I'm just kind of trying to catch you guys up on these. They are the defending national champs. Now, Sniper West brought up a really good point, which is tonight is the Thunder's ring night. This is another reason why he likes the Rockets, because tonight they're getting their championship ring. I don't know why it's this finger. Could be this finger. I don't know what finger you wear an NBA championship ring on, because I don't have one yet. Wait for it. So they are getting their rings tonight. This can sometimes be an angle too. Their heads are somewhere else. There's a lot of hype surrounding them throughout the day, interviews, photographs, all that kind of stuff. So you can get a little bit worn out. This happened during Duke and UNC a couple years back. God, Duke was just like so overhyped and so exhausted from interviews and all the jazz going on their campus, and they got smoked by the Tar Heels, unfortunately. So Thunder, we remember SGA is their big guy. He is their number one superstar. And the real key to the Thunder, which is why you kind of like almost want to look at it going under, because the Thunder's whole damn deal is defense, right? And what does defense do? Morning Woodies. Put it in the comments. What does defense do? All right, I'll tell you. It wins championships. Okay, that's what it does. So they allowed the fewest points per game in the regular season, 106.6 points per 100 possessions, ranked number one defense in the NBA. So that's pretty intense. They are a powerhouse coming into this. They got draft picks. They've got a strong bench. They've got Jalen Williams. They've got Chet Holmgren. So part of it makes me wonder, like, are we about to witness a dynasty? Are we about to like witness 5 years of the Thunder, 3 years of the Thunder? Is that what is about to go down right now? So final play on this game, I'm going to roll with the Rockets and their momentum. And I'm going to roll. You know what? Honestly, I don't think I'm going to play the total is what I'm not going to do. And if I was going to play it, I might tease it. Like if you took the Rockets and the over and popped that little puppy into a 7-point teaser, what would we get? Let's see. We would get the Rockets. Right now, we get them at plus half a point. And we get the total at 25 would be, I can't math this early in the morning, 218. Over 218, Rockets plus 1/2 of a point. I don't hate the looks of that. I don't hate that at all. Not one single bit. Okay, so let's move over. I'm just kind of doing a quick show. There's only 2 games tonight. Guys, get into the comments. Tell me what you're thinking for the games tonight also. And then I think I'm going to be back on Thursday. We've got another 2-card game and we'll go over this all. We'll have this party again. Hopefully next week we can get rolling at 5 days a week. All right. That's my goal. As you can see, my background, a couple of my things are a little bit off right now. I'm not the normal plus money honey, but I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. Okay. So let me now find my other Jazz. Not the Jazz. That's a different team, and they don't play today, do they? No, they don't. Okay, so we're talking about the Warriors and the Lakers, 2 California teams. That's always fun. Now, this one, I'm looking at the line on this, right? It's a -1.5. I believe it opened Lakers -3.5, and now we've got Golden State -2.5. I see some -3s out there. Last night it was a 1.5. So money is coming in on Golden State, right? You know, I looked at this and I can't necessarily tell you why. I mean, I'm sure you could probably tell me why. But okay, so the whole purpose of bringing up this game is because this is a game that I am not going to bet before the game. Whenever I see a line like a -1.5, a pick 'em, a 1.5, a 2.5, no. That says in-game to me. That is an in-play opportunity, all right? Live bets is what we're talking here. A -1.5 is basically the book saying, we don't know. Now, you could follow the money here, right? Because we've had a significant line move. Actually, let me see how much money is where. I looked it up last night and screenshotted it in my phone just to have a reference of where it was today. Boop. Let me see. Yeah, so it's the book telling you we don't know what's going to happen, right? That's literally it. Okay. Boop. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button. If you're in my freaking chat right now and you haven't hit the like button yet, it's like over between us. It's like over. Why'd you even come on my show if you're not going to hit that like button? Okay, I'm not sure why I can't get the game center opened. Okay, so the deal is when I'm in gaming anyway, and in gaming basketball is literally like how I make my money betting on basketball. You're looking for what I call, Julie Carly, say it with me now, the sweet spot, right? We're looking for the sweet spot. What that is it's inevitable. In almost every game you watch, there is a point where those 2 teams are going to get really far apart in points. It doesn't happen every single game. Okay, so don't quote me on that and be rude. But 2 teams are going to spread apart at some point. Now, sometimes that favorite will get in the lead. Now you can take the dogs, say they were a +2 like they are here. Now maybe you can get that +2 at a +8, right? Or maybe the dog gets ahead of the favorite, boom, 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 boom. And now your -2 becomes a plus whatever it becomes, right? Or your -8 becomes a +2 or something like that. See what I'm getting at here? So that is what I call the sweet spot. So in any game like this Warriors-Lakers game that's going down, I'm looking for that sweet spot. And then also as the season goes on, we'll start to notice trends about certain teams. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that. Thank you for hitting that. Matt Drake. My international man of mystery was Matt Drake. Remember that? I remember all of you guys. I remember you all. I think about you still too. Thomas Bowe, my disabled vet. All my Parlays still in touch with. Pedro Mas. I'm upset that you're not here to see me today. You're in training. They played some stupid ass games, so you can't hear. Bull crap. Bull crap that. That's fair. We'll hit the like button. Hit the like button. Okay. So yeah, my advice for a game like that is to wait for that sweet spot, jam on it, and get more points. Now that works for, and okay, before I get to that, let me stick with this. The fun thing too about in gaming is that you can hit those middles. And I think absolutely the NBA Warriors Lakers tonight is going to be a middling opportunity. So what a middle is, for anyone who doesn't know, I know most of my morning woodies do know, but some of you are new to the show. A middle is when, say you have the Rockets +5 and you get the Thunder +5, and then one of those teams wins by 3 and you've won both of your bets, right? That is what you're looking for. It's a middle where you can't lose both. You're going to win one, but you could win both if you're super duper sharp. And a great spot to do that in also is with totals, right? Totals, sometimes guys get off to a really slow start, like shake off that rust kind of a situation, right? Shake off that rust situation is great because the game starts slowly and your 226 total might be like a 219 or something. Pop on that over, hit that over. Because if there's one thing that we all know, right? We always talk about beating the books. If there's one thing we all know, it's that the bookies are pretty freaking good at their jobs. The odds makers are pretty good at hitting that number just about right on. So what we're doing, we're just trying to look for a better number, right? That's the name of the game. That's where all the value comes in when it comes to sports betting. Who gets the best number? So that is absolutely my play on the Golden State and the LA Lakers game, is to lay off it and do it in game. That's what I think your best bet on that is. But let's cruise through a little bit on the Warriors just to catch you guys up with what they've been doing in the offseason. So Warriors, they've got some issues. They haven't really decided on their fifth man yet. It was going to be Moses Moody. He's having a couple of issues himself. And then Brandon Podziemski, which I'm sure is not easy to stitch on the back of a basketball jersey. He is kind of the front runner right now. Steve Kerr said he's going to experiment with the lineup early in the season. I kind of brought that to Sniper Wes's attention and was like, hey, should we be worried about this? And he's like, no, I mean, all coaches do this. I don't know. It still kind of raises a little red flag for me. You know, like in baseball, like one of my auto fades in baseball is if the night before you don't know who your pitcher is. You know, we've got whoever, Nolan Ryan is going to pitch. That was my number one pitcher off the top of my head, was Nolan Ryan. You know, we've got Nolan Ryan who's going to pitch today, but we don't know who's going to pitch for these guys. Well, then that means that this guy doesn't know he's pitching yet. So when he comes on and, you know, gets on the mound, he's less prepared than Nolan Ryan was. That's my theory. So I'm always taking Nolan Ryan in the first 5. And nowadays you can take first 3s and all that kind of jazz too. Same kind of deal for me with not having a solid fifth man. I mean, definitely a little different for baseball, but same kind of idea for me not having a fifth man in basketball. It's kind of like, dude, what were you doing in the off season? Like, get locked in. I understand there's injuries and stuff like that, but get locked in. It's freaking Showtime. Well, you're playing against Showtime, aren't you? So another little problem they're facing, who starts the game and who closes it, right? That's a whole different thing. The guys that are starting might not be the guys that can last the whole game through. Is it foul trouble? Is it injury? Is it fatigue? What's going on there? The Warriors are dealing with that problem and considering the health of Jimmy Butler, is kind of a big deal. We've got Jonathan Kuminga dealing with contract negotiations. We've got Steph Curry. We've got to deal with his minutes and his mental health and just his balance altogether. So honestly, I do not feel like the Warriors are poised to make a legitimate run at the NBA title. No, I don't. Not one bit. Oh, you've got a new grow your cap. Everybody, let's share out our best bet or trend strategy that works for you. Yes. Okay, so this is how Morningwood works. You hit the like button on 2 accounts for me, Matt Drake. Oh my God, I love you. You're like my favorite right now. So yeah, yes, 2 accounts. Thank you. I appreciate it. Everybody, go get a burner account right now and then log on to it and log on to the show and hit the like button. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. But like, maybe tomorrow you could. Your new NFL strategy, you tease everything by 14.5 points and all props by 25 yards. Well, that's not even handicapping, Daniel. Breaking Vegas sports bets. I mean, isn't the whole point of it? I do tease a lot, but I mean, 7 points. You guys know my basketball totals are pretty freaking on point. I made you guys quite a bit of money with 2 things, college basketball and Russian table tennis. Those are my 2 jams, all right? But I feel like if you can't get it within 25 points, 14 points, that's 2 touchdowns. What are the odds like on that? What are you getting your odds on there, Breaking Vegas? You're a cuckoo. You're a cuckoo is what you are. Okay, so yeah, Warriors don't feel like they're getting a legitimate run at the title. We're going to move over to the Lakers, just catch you up on what they've been doing. They have their own kind of set of obstacles that they need to deal with. Had a challenging preseason. That wasn't their greatest. Now, you guys know I'm not a big Lakers fan. It's like one of those things for me, right? And except for when I watched what was it? I think it's called Showtime, isn't it? No, Winning Time. There it is. When I watch Winning Time, I kind of like became a Lakers fan, but it's really just the Lakers that are on that show, not the actual ones. Because of my Duke baby, JJ Redick. Can't get me to be a Lakers fan, then literally nobody can. But JJ Redick is the head coach of the Lakers. He is saying that they've got to focus on defense. And again, everybody say it with me now. What does defense do? It wins championships. Excellent work, everybody. There's going to be a test later. That's going to be the only question on it. So if you fail, I'm just saying. So they've addressed the defense issue. They added Luka. We all knew that. That was fun seeing Luka in a Laker jersey last season. They also in the offseason, they got Marcus Smart and DeAndre Ayton, 2 defensive powerhouses. Smart was a defensive player of the year for the Celtics. I didn't know this, but he became only the 6th guard in history to have that title. Ayton is out of the University of Arizona and made a run to the finals with the Suns in 2021. His defense was a big part of that run to the finals. So, this is kind of that thing that the Lakers have been missing. And then just like the Warriors, they're going to be dealing with health issues too. They've got their own set of vets. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. There's a guy named LeBron James, and he plays for the Lakers, and he is not expected to play for the Lakers until sometime in November. So we got to kind of deal with that. They did get Jackson Hayes. He's got a little boo-boo himself right now. So, just a couple things to look after or look out for as this all starts going. You're watching Breaking Benjamin. I guess the NFL is really hard to cap. I only bet 1 game in the NFL. I'm big on where's the money. Oh, I never told you guys where the money's at on these games because it never came up on my screen. I don't know. I feel like, honestly, with the NFL, and this is just me. I mean, maybe it's not just me, but you got to remember how much money is being bet on these games, right? Like, it's stupid amounts of money. And I feel like, I don't even know how to say what I'm trying to say. There's certain spots in the NBA. Like, people have asked me a lot, do I think that sports betting is rigged? I don't think that sports betting is rigged in the sense that, the referees are messing up plays on purpose or calls to the booth go the other way on purpose. I mean, every now and again, I feel that way. Don't get me wrong. But I think where the rig or where the cover comes over our eyes for sports betting is really in the book, right? It's in those odds, in the lines that they're giving us. It's not that, the so-and-sos are actually favored by 5 points. They really should be favored by 2 points. But we know that you guys will take 5 points if we put it out there because everyone's so hype on those guys. We're just going to do that, put the 5 out there, let you guys tick it down to whatever you want. And then if there's too much action coming in on the dog at the +5, like we talked about in the beginning of the show, that reverse line movement starts to happen, right? Now the +5 on the dog comes a 4, comes a 3. That's where I think that the lines are more, or that the sport is more rigged, is just in the lines that they set. And I think the NFL is like the champion of that. Because if you know anyone who knows football, which like every man that I've ever met thinks that he's a genius at football, like every single one of them thinks that they are a genius at football. And they'll ask me for my plays and I'll be like, yeah, I like so-and-so because the money went this way and the line went this way and blah, 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 blah. And they'll tell me that I'm wrong because Josh Allen does this and because his running back does that. I'm like, here's one thing. When you get real good at sports betting, here's one thing you need to know. You don't need to know. You don't need to know who's on the court. You don't need to know who's injured. You don't need to know any of it. All you need to know is how to speak the vernacular of the odds, right? You see the money come in, you see the line go up, you see the money come in, or you see the line stay the same. That's the crap that you need to know. Everything about that game is already booked into the line. There's nothing that you know that the odds makers don't know. And if it's something significant, it is in that line. So that's my spiel on the NFL. It is hard to bet on, but I think that they set up all the men in the world that think that they know and women. I don't want to be sexist here, and women. I also live in Vegas, so just this is an everyday thing for me talking about betting on football. But that they kind of set you up for these situations where you're going to win just to take it all back from you with the screwy line on like a Thursday night or a Monday night. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense. Am I just rambling? You got Golden Nugget, that gold. If you trust me, go back on game. Look this up. I don't know what you're talking about, but I appreciate your comments. Okay, guys, so it's been about a half an hour. I might just be rambling now. I'm just like so excited to be back and be doing the Morning Wood show again. Share this out with your friends, with all your Morning Woodies. Definitely give those thumbs up. And let's see if we can't get the Morning Wood show rolling again. Haven't really thought about doing contests. Actually, I've thought a little bit about doing contests, but I really feel like the root of this show, where it all got started, was with my college basketball picks and your college basketball picks and this here whiteboard that we would put them all on and cross off. We'll find out who's got the most amount on this side, who's got the most amount on the total, and that would be the Morning Woody consensus pick for the day. And we made money, y'all. We always had people coming into our chat telling us that we made them some money. So let's get the band back together. What do you guys say? All right, it is so good to be back. I missed you all. So final analysis, I am going to roll Rockets. I do like the Rockets plus the points. Leaning towards the over on Sniper Wes's advice, might throw those into a teaser. So I got that going for me. And then for the Warriors-Lakers game, I'm laying off of that. Wes did say that he liked it to go over the total. So if you just want a freebie on that one. But like I said, I am going to in-game this. My sweet spot number is typically a 4.5 in basketball. So if I can get that favorite 4.5 points better, or 5 points better, we'll call it, than what they started at, that's kind of what I'm looking to do. So I'll see you guys back, I believe, on Thursday. We'll see what happens. All right. Hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and then you'll never miss one of the shows. Okay? That's what's up with the Get Down. All right, guys. I love you. Have a great day today. Pedro, I know. I tagged Pedro Mas. I told his butt to be here. It's okay. It's okay. We got to all get back into our groove. I know Terry Edelman does his live show at the same time. I know, huh, Julie? Good having the gang back together. Isn't my hair so long? Every time I look at myself, I'm like, oh my God, they've like never seen me with this long hair, and neither have I. My hair was always a big character on this show. Oh, big thing to tell you guys. I don't drink anymore. Remember my tall can of Bud Light? It's now a short can of Fanta. I know. right? I'm growing and shit. I'm growing. All right, guys, I love y'all. Don't forget, jamming the like. Also, I've got Total Chaos. Last week, Dre Rich, who started here on the Morning Woody Show, picked him right out of the viewers like you. Dre Rich is now a professional handicapper over at picksandparlays.net. He went 4-1 against Nick Parsons in college football chaos. And then Tim Earl went against Sniper West for the NFL. Sniper West went 4-1 in NFL chaos. So Wes and Dre will be facing new opponents on Total Chaos. Those come out on like Thursdays. So keep your eyes open for that as well. We have been making so much. Scott Reichel had a 5-0 day. Tim Earl had a 5-0 day. Total Chaos has been making some money, y'all. So keep your eyes open. All right, guys. Love you long time. And I forget how I used to sign off this show, but bye, y'all. How about that? Bye, guys.